In the matter of Sarita Chaudhary versus High Court of Madhya Pradesh and others, Supreme Court set aside the termination orders vis-à-vis the petitioners, including resolution dated 13 May 2023 and the order dated 13 May 2023 of High Court, order of state government dated 23 May, and all consequential adverse orders. The petitioners were reinstated in their service with all consequential benefits, subject to the condition that respondents were directed to declare probation as on date their juniors were confirmed. Petitioners shall not be entitled to any salary from date of termination till reinstatement, but the monetary benefits of said period shall be calculated notionally for purpose of pensionary benefits, and it was directed that petitioners shall be reinstated into service within 15 days from today in accordance with seniority that they possessed at the date of termination. Complaints were kept in abeyance by courts of Chief Justice owing to termination of these officers would be dealt in accordance with law. The career of two women judicial officers out of six had to be decided in the writ petitions filed by them as well as in suo motu writ petitions. Out of six women judicial officers who were terminated from service during probation period, four judicial officers had been reinstated in pursuance to resolution of full court of Madhya Pradesh High Court. However, insofar as two judicial officers, namely Sarita Chaudhary and Aditi Kumar Sharma, there had been no revocation of earlier resolution, and consequently their termination under challenge and writ petitions had to be decided by court. On 23rd May 2023, six women officers in state of MP Civil Judge Junior Division were terminated on recommendation of Administrative Committee of High Court of Madhya Pradesh. The Administrative Committees of High Court had met on 8th May 2023 and 10 May 2023 for shortlisting of officers for confirmation of judicial officers on probation. Shortlists were then recommended to full court of High Court for confirmation. On 13 May 2023, High Court issued order confirming list of 403 judicial officers and recommending termination of services inter alia of petitioners herein. On basis of the order issued by High Court termination order, the petitioners herein were passed by 23rd May 2023, thereby discharging petitioners from their duties. On 2nd September 2023, three women judicial officers of District Judiciary of Madhya Pradesh made representation to Chief Justice alleging their termination from service as illegal, arbitrary, and contrary to the Madhya Pradesh Judicial Service Recruitment and Condition of Service Rules 1994. Upon considering said representation, Chief Justice of India, by administrative order dated 11 November, directed the matter be registered by way of suo motu writ petition in respect of all six women judicial officers who were terminated. It is not enough to proudly state that women officers are allowed to serve the nation in armed forces. It is not enough to find comfort solely in the growing number of female judicial officers if we are unable to secure for them a sensitive work environment and guidance. The Supreme Court said, has erred in acting agnostic to inter alia claims of insubordination of petitioner Sarita Chaudhary and acute medical and emotional conditions battled by petitioner Aditi Kumar Sharma. Despite reeling from effects of a severe case of COVID-19 and miscarriage, the ACR for 2021 of petitioner Aditi Kumar Sharma was downgraded by portfolio judge from very good to good, only considering pendency and disposal. While gender is not a rescue for poor performance, it is a critical consideration which must be for holistic decision making at certain times and stages of a woman judicial officer. In Nitisha versus Indian Army, this court significantly advanced Indian jurisprudence on indirect discrimination. In this case, court explained how facade of certain structures as harmless and as a norm may in reality reflect insidious patriarchal system. Cognizant of transformative intent of constitutional project, court noted the need to rebuild societal and legal structures to realize equal opportunity in public employment and gender equality. In Ministry of Defense versus Babita Punia, court castigated the state's perpetuation of anachronistic gender roles based on sex stereotypes, which have long discriminated against women. Reliance was placed by state on inherent physiological differences between men and women to effectively suggest that weaker sex may not undertake tasks that are too arduous for them. Court rejected the state's arguments, finding them to not constitute a constitutionally valid basis for denying equal opportunity to women officers. A miscarriage affects a person's identity, leading to disappointments and challenges to motherhood identity and roles, stigma, and isolation, amongst other aspects. A number of risk factors predisposing women to experience significant psychological distress following miscarriage have also been identified. There could be psychiatric illness, and previous pregnancy loss could lead to increase in chances of severe psychological distress. The freedom from discrimination or equal protection of the laws during pregnancy and maternity of a woman are precious rights for women workforce. If pregnancy results in birth of child, it brings not only joy to parents of the child but also fulfillment to younger mother. On other hand, pregnancy miscarriage has deep physical, mental, and psychological after effects on women. Miscarriage is generally defined as loss of pregnancy before viability. Psychological consequences include increase in risk of anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, sometimes leading to suicides. Recurrent miscarriage leads to obstetrics complications and long-term health problems. Article 10 of International Covenant of Economic, Social and Cultural Rights states that special protection should be accorded to mothers during a reasonable period before and after childbirth. Article 11 of CEDAW states that in order to prevent discrimination against women on grounds of marriage or maternity and to ensure their effective right to work, state parties shall take appropriate measures. Advancing women's greater participation in judiciary also plays a great role in promoting gender equality in broader ways, which are female judicial appointments, particularly at senior levels, can shift gender stereotypes, thereby changing attitudes and perception as to appropriate roles of men and women. Women's visibility as judicial officers can pave the way for women's greater representation in other decision making positions, such as legislative and executive branches of government. Higher numbers and greater visibility of women judges can increase the willingness of women to seek justice and enforce their rights through the courts. Many have stressed that increased diversity within a judiciary and ensuring judges are representatives of society enables the judiciary as a whole to better respond to diverse social and individual contexts and experiences. It is a recognition of this fact that a greater representation of women in judiciary would greatly improve the overall quality of judicial decision making, and this impacts generally and also specifically in cases affecting the women.